welcome to the Thing About Turning 40 podcast. Oh my gosh, I am so excited. Yes, that's the landing name. That's the name we've landed with, the Thing About Turning 40. I turned 40 yesterday. Wow, it's so exciting. And yes, that's what we're going to be doing for the next, I don't know how many episodes. I thought that we'd do it for 40 episodes. 40 things that I've learned and stories and all of that. But I've decided to just expand it to even inviting other women that are in their late 30s, early 40s, late 40s, to come share their stories, about everything that they learned in their 20s, in their teens, in their 20s, in their 30s, and how they are tackling life in their 40s. So it's gonna be an entire series, honey. It's gonna be an entire series. As an icebreaker episode, I decided to start with 40 questions that I asked you to give me. And yes, y'all gave me 40 questions. Some questions didn't make it in because I know that I'm long-winded and I don't want this to be very long. So I'm just going to get into the questions. And yeah, let's go. Are you okay? Excuse me. Are you okay? And how are you? So these questions, they hit me. Same person asked, and one could say this is like one question, but no, yes, are you okay? Question number one. And how are you? I wanted to give a generic answer. I'm blessed and highly favored. I'm okay because I want to be positive, but I'm going to tell you the truth, and there's a reason why. So started this year extremely ill physically. I know I come in front of a camera and I smile every day, but physically I've been struggling. It started like somewhere last year, so it's been a while that I've been struggling physically, and I started making this mistake of saying, oh my gosh, my year started so terribly, and so it's so terrible, everything is just not right, so it means that the rest of my year is going to be like this because this is how I started my year. And I had to snap out of it, and this was just not me snapping out of this particular negative situation, but my entire life negative situation. I had to snap out of it. I was like, there's no way I'm going into my 40s still thinking like this, because here's the thing: if you've been through a lot in your life, especially like if you've gone through long suffering, you can get to a point where your entire life is defined by all the experiences that you've been through, and you can just make excuses because your excuses are valid, and you somehow don't even see yourself slipping into a negative space. And I think for me, the past 10 years, 15 years have just been one negative avalanche, and I'm so exhausted of it. Yes, I've been through some stuff, like please, I can tell you now, like I've been through some stuff. I once felt my knees literally, it felt like someone was hitting me with a huge hammer while trying to hold my deceased babies, in my arms. So I've been through a whole lot of stuff, but I cannot let all of that define the rest of my life, and I cannot define this moment of physical ailment define the rest of my year. I can't say now, because my year started like this is how it's going to end. So no. I've got some physical ailments, but are you okay? I am okay. I am okay because I decide to face it, or to handle it in a different manner. Okay. Anyway, I want to be as short as possible, so I'm going to try and give short answers, even if it's a bit hard for me. What are you grateful for? God's breath in my lungs. Do you have any fears about turning 40? I used to, and those were just tied to people's expectations. So now, we're in there. Like, even if I have fears, it doesn't matter anymore because pagati inside. We are inside. What are you most excited by? Sheesh. By the most mundane things. Reading a book quietly, going somewhere where there's just sound of water and just stillness. One thing you learned in your 30s, we're going back to the negativity. That negativity can literally take over your life. When you base your life on all your experiences, negativity can take over your life, and it's better for you to break free than to live in self-pity. What's your favorite thing to do when you're alone? Stillness. I like to be still. So I'm surrounded by tiny humans and people all the time, big family. I've got a big family. And so the little time that I get, I like to spend it in quiet and stillness. Did you always want a big family? No. I thought that I'd be just living somewhere with my husband in a penthouse and just us. But we had a child, and because I didn't grow up in a big family, I've always admired on having one. And so I ended up just having a huge family, and I love it. Do you have any siblings? Yes, only one. So you can see it was just me, my mom, and my brother. My father passed away when I was only 4 years old. So it's been just the three of us. So that's why I started desiring a big family later on in my life. Best memory in your 20s was me. So when I was 21, turning 21, I asked my mom to buy me a bass guitar. I just wanted to play the bass guitar, and so they bought it for me. And in my 20s, I figured out how to play the bass guitar. I just discovered music, and so that was the best thing for me, discovering music and just knowing, like, learning how to play instruments and all of that. So that was my favorite. That's the best time of my 20s, just learning music and knowing that I was actually good at composing and writing and all of that. How did you celebrate your 30th? Wow, it was just quiet. Went out for dinner and some ice cream and went to church. It was on a Sunday. It wasn't like a huge celebration. My kids went with me. They were with my mom at the time. And so that's all we did. Nothing huge. How do you plan on celebrating your 40th? Well, it was yesterday, and we just had a meal with my family and some cake. But what I've decided about celebrating my 40th is that I'm going to celebrate it for the rest of the year, and I want to heal the parts that need healing in me. I want to start doing the things that I love again. I want to rediscover myself and find all the lost parts of me. I want to rediscover them. I want to find them again. And so in year 40, that's how I'm going to be celebrating, by finding myself again. If you could go back, what have you learned as a wife, mom, and a woman? I've learned patience, I've learned sacrifice, and I've learned, compromise. If you could go back in time, what would you do differently? I would believe in myself more. I would definitely believe in myself more. What would you do differently before turning 40 when it comes to to life-changing decisions? I would believe in myself more. Again, I would just believe in myself more, trust in my instincts, because all of the times where I've wavered, I've suffered for it. What is the one thing you want to share with us that nobody asks you about? Actually, guys, I'm a writer. Not like music and stuff, but I'm a writer, and I've been writing since I was like 8 years old. It's nothing that I've ever shared before, but I'm a writer, and people don't really ask me in these spaces, but in my life they do. I do have people who pester me, and I love it. They always remind me, when are you writing a book? When are you writing the children's book? Write that children's book or whatever. But yeah, I'm a writer and I enjoy it. I really, really enjoy writing. So yeah, that's the thing that I've never shared and that nobody really asks me about. If you could go back and if you could go back to study, would you study the same thing? Nope, I would not study the same thing. Excuse me, I've got a bit of a flu. Oh, that's hot. Look, I studied music and film, and you know what? Everybody's picking up a camera right now. You can just go on YouTube, learn some angles, and learn everything on YouTube, even with music, even with sound. Like sound design, sound engineering. You can just literally go onto the internet and learn. And so, no, I wouldn't. I would choose something else, something with more substance, something to fall back on. Would I still be pursuing those things that I love to do? Film, music, sound, all of that? Yes, I would. But I would have something to fall back on, for those tough times, because they do come. What would you tell your younger self about life? I would say, girl, it's going to get rocky. It's going to get hard. But whatever you do, just keep moving. With tears in your eyes, you keep moving. Whatever you do, you don't stop. You just keep moving. You don't look to the side. You just keep going. You keep going. You just keep going. You don't forget your dreams. You don't put other people's needs above yours. You just keep going. Sheesh. What is the one thing? Oh, I'm done with that, right? Oh, let's move. Let's move. What is the one thing in your personality that you would change? I think I'm too sensitive. I'm too sensitive, and sometimes that really works against me. It really does. It really does. Sometimes I feel sorry for people I shouldn't be feeling sorry for. So, yeah, my sensitive, I would, look, I wouldn't want to take it away entirely, but yeah. Do you have strong boundaries? If you do, what are the disadvantages? Look, I used to have strong boundaries until I was 24. I gave birth, then I went through postpartum depression. I went through a lot, and I lost boundaries altogether. And the moment I started reintroducing them, I think the disadvantages were seeing just people repel. I feel like boundaries repel people, and to be honest, they're supposed to attract people, because when you give people boundaries, you're trying to tell them that you really do want them in your life, but they need to respect certain things, right? What influenced your personality and mannerisms? There's something unique about you. Wow, I was born a little weird. As you see the color that I decided to color my hair. When I was younger, my hair was mostly that color. And I had freckles, and I was just a little goofy, and yeah, that was just me. And I think the music that I started listening to as I grew up, the hip hop, and the neo soul and all of that. Once I started marrying that into my little weird, personality, it just became one explosive, cool situation that people actually gravitated towards. And I know that becoming a mom and going through a lot of things, that kind of the cool kind of went away. And that's one of the things that I'm trying to regain in my 40s, But yeah, it's I was born a little out there, and I started just falling in love with hip hop and neo soul and that culture and just, yeah, I don't know. That's how it happened, and it's gonna get better as we as we get back to ourselves. What are you most judgmental about? I'm very opinionated. I'm an extremely opinionated person. I don't want to say I'm judgmental, but I'm opinionated. And the younger me used to really voice out my opinions. But growing up, just and being more mature, I think I started being more tactful. And so I kind of like keep my opinions to myself sometimes, especially when I see that it's going to hurt people's feelings. But yeah, I'm there's a lot that I'm very opinionated about. A whole lot, trust me, a whole lot. Um, what is your favorite physical feature? My freckles. I love my freckles and my legs. I think I got a good pair of legs. Okay. Love my legs and I love my freckles. I walked into my 4-year-old with a permanent marker, and she had drawn freckles on her face, and she's like, I want to look like mommy. Ah, man. And I think that just shows that the way I embrace and love my freckles. Now my 4-year-old is out here drawing freckles on her face. What is your guilty pleasure? Cake. Cake. Nothing else but cake. What is your dream destination? Sheesh. Anywhere where there's a beach and the soundtrack is the ocean, and I can sit there with one of those umbrellas, those recliners, and I'm reading a book, and it's just, and I can watch my kids play while I'm reading a book. That's it. That's my dream. Take me there. Sign me up. Take me there immediately. Immediately. Take me there. I want to go there. How? Guys, I'm lost. I do wear glasses. I think I've shared this before. Do any of your children wish to be on YouTube or to be YouTubers in the future? Yes, they do. They do. But this world is weird. And they will eventually when the time is right. But this world is weird. And so we hide away our kids because this world is very weird. What is the most boring book you've read? Reminders of Him by Colleen Hoover. I don't even want to get into it. I used to think that was the most boring book. And then I read the Book of Not by Tiyiselani. Hey, yeah. No. And then this Mournable Body. I love Nervous Conditions, but what was that? After such a great book, the 2 other books were like, what in the world? No. Yes, Colleen Hoover is right there. But this Mournable Body and the Body of Not, icon. How do you survive motherhood? Is it alcohol? No. I take it on very sober. Okay, I don't drink alcohol. I don't smoke. I don't, it's just me and chamomile tea. Sheesh, it's hard. And I sometimes see the effects on my body, weight gain and all of that because I eat. Because I don't take alcohol, I eat a whole lot. And so it's been showing off on my body, Yeah, I eat a lot. I eat a lot and drink a whole lot of chamomile tea and pray a lot because it gets hectic. When the anxiety hits so much where you feel like something's about to snap, I just pray. But I eat a lot. Like I think I'm an emotional. No, I know I'm an emotional eater, and yeah, that's how I get by. What made you want to study music? It's back to, what was my favorite memory about my 20s. I was in an art school and I was in the film department, and we decided to start a band of some sort. We started a band and we had the auditions, so we started singing. And then when I used to sing better when I was younger, by the way. And the people from the music department, because we were closer to the music department, they came around and they looked and they were like, oh, who's this person singing? And then now they started inviting me to their performances and they duets and they sang with me, and even the people in the sound department would call me over to come do their songs and their projects, and I ended up spending more time in the sound and music department than the film department. And so it was like at the end of the film thingy, I was like, no, I'm moving over to music. I'm moving over to music. So when is that EP dropping? So by EP1 is my music dropping very soon. Actually, I used to not like this question because for a long time I had given up on music. This comes back to the whole negativity vibe that I was talking about, because you try to do something for so long to a point where you're like, it's never gonna happen for me. So it got to a point where I didn't like this question, but right now I'm thinking soon. I'm thinking very soon. I'm just gonna keep writing, and I'm gonna keep recording. And one day, you never know, you might be jamming to a song by me. Are we ever going to hear the many songs that you've written? Yes. Yes, I'm hoping to be sharing those songs with other people as well, like other artists and stuff. So yes, you will be hearing all of the many songs that I've written. I'm also planning to maybe just do them here on YouTube. Like choose a music Friday or whatever, and just get a pianist to help me out, and we do all of those songs that I've written, because it's a lot of them. It's a lot of songs that I've written. Ooh. We are actually on question 32. I'm very proud of myself. I've been brief. I've been brief. If you were given 500k to do nothing else but spoil yourself, what would you do? Yay! I would buy myself a cinematic camera. I think this answer is always the same, but yes, that's what I would do. I'd buy myself a cinematic camera, great lighting, like perfect lenses, different types of lenses, and also like build an editing suite with like everything that I need in there, and some great recording equipment like mics and the whole interface and all of that. So yeah, that's what I'd build myself, a little recording studio and editing suite, and get myself a cinematic camera so I can record all the documentaries that I want to record in my lifetime. Because actually one of my biggest dreams is that I want to be a documentary filmmaker. Yeah. Where are we? Who inspires you the most? Sheesh. There are specific people that inspire me, but I don't want to share their life story as much right now, and so there are specific people. I just don't want to like go deep and share their stories right now, prematurely. So there are those people. They inspire me a lot, and then there's just women out there who are unapologetically living their lives. Women who are, whether young or old, who are following their dreams, who are working so hard. They don't have to be successful in what they're doing, but they just have to be consistent and working hard and just doing the things that they love. If you're that woman, you inspire me. Even the older women who are out there, the older, the over 40 YouTubers, as we call them, who are out there just doing their thing, unapologetically, just living their lives. Oh, girl, you inspire me. You inspire me to be a better me. You inspire me to be comfortable in my own skin, because you are comfortable in your own skin. And trust me, you're inspiring our 15-year-old kids. You're inspiring a whole lot of generation of women that's coming behind us to just go out there and live their lives unapologetically. How do you maintain consistency and patience? Wow. That is kind of it's the desire to want to be better. The desire to want to be better that keeps me going, because even in the time when I was living within a whole lot of negativity, like I was super negative about everything. Oh my gosh, nothing's gonna get better, everything is just blah blah blah. Even within that, what kept me going is the desire to be better. Like, I'm sorry, not in a way not in a way of I want to be better than anyone. No, I just don't want to be last. I just don't want to be last. And this is not in terms of life, like, oh, if somebody buys a car, I want to buy a car. No, I'm just saying in terms of excellence. in terms of excellence of doing work, no, I don't want to be last. I want to be first all the time. So, what maintains my, how do I maintain my consistency and patience? It's a desire to be better. Patience and being a mom is the desire to be a better mom. And when it comes to content creation and consistency, it's the desire to be better. Best thing about your 30s? My 30s were wild. I lost a lot in my 30s. My 30s were wild. I lost a lot. But the best thing is just realizing that I'm tired of living within a negative pool. I'm tired of swimming in that. I'm tired of drowning in the pool of negativity, and I'm tired of living in self-pity. And I just wanna pull out of it. I just wanna pull out of it. Number 36. Has it ever felt like it was never going to get better? Yes, it has. It has. But just that there's always like a glimpse of hope. Like that little glimpse of hope always pulls me out of that. What are your favorite books? Oh, favorite 5 books you've read and why? Oh my gosh, I think this one I should have I wanted to answer everything like on the spot. This one I should have like sat down. But Joyce Meyer has really I know. I read a lot of fiction these days, but Joyce Meyer has really like been like a very, I think I need my phone for this because I might have forgotten the titles, but Joyce Meyer has really helped me in a lot. So one of the books that really pulled me out was Do Yourself a Favor, Forgive, because some people will not, they won't ask for forgiveness, and I needed to know that I need to forgive a lot of people, and that book really taught me a lot. I mean, she forgave her father who did things to her, Joyce Meyer, and that's just hectic. And so that's one of the books that really helped me in terms of forgiving people that have hurt me and just carried on with their lives. And then there's the one about the blue one, man. Sheesh. Let's just, and there is no internet in this room that I'm in, so I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Joyce Meyer. Joyce Meyer books. Battlefield of the Mind. Battlefield of the Mind. When I was going through depression, like heavy depression, and what's this, postpartum depression and all of that, that's the book that really pulled me out of that situation as well. And then Authentically Uniquely You reminded me, especially for this season, to get back to myself and to get back to me. And so those books for me are it. And then I'm gonna mention 2 books that I just, for this season, this would change, but I read a book, The Stationery Shop of Tehran, a beautiful love story. Loved it. Read it, please. I enjoyed it so much. And then there's The Covenant of Water, which just made me fall in love with literature again, So those are my 5 books for now. It could change. If you ask me December, I'll tell you something else, It could change. But those are the 5 books that I'd give you for now. But those Joyce Meyer books really took me out of a bad, unforgiveness, which is just, unforgiveness can make you sick. You know what I'm saying? Anxiety, depression, and just rediscovering who God made me with Authentically Uniquely You. Oh, Kosiam. Why do you love reading so much? So my mom used to read a lot, and she still does. She had Reader's Digest, subscriptions, and encyclopedias and magazines. And then they tell me that I started reading at 4 years old. And so, yeah, I've just been reading. They say I used to read, man, this is what they tell me. I used to read the books from UNISA and stuff as a child, like a baby. No, but not baby, but 4, 5, 6, 7. I used to read all of those books, and I was just always interested in reading. I've always just loved it. I think I just grew up seeing people studying, my family, my aunts, and all of them studying. And so for me, it was like, oh, let's just read. And so, yeah, watching my mom read so much made me love reading. Guys, I used to read encyclopedias for fun. I've got a photo. I'll show you one day where I'm just sitting there reading an encyclopedia. So yeah, what are you looking forward to as you grow older? Freedom to just be me. That's what I'm looking forward to. Freedom to just be me. And I'm gonna say this word again. I guess that's the word for the season. Unapologetically me. The one thing you would fuss over in your younger years that you realize is not worth it now. People's opinions are, they can be so heavy on your shoulders. I don't care for them right now. So that's it. Thank you so much for joining me for the first episode of the thing about turning 40. Hopefully in the next few episodes we're gonna have a lineup of beautiful women joining us, and on certain episodes it's just gonna be me sharing stories, but I am hoping that we'll have a host of beautiful women joining us, sharing their life stories and how they're navigating their 40s or going into their 40s and everything in between. Thank you so much. I love you all. Please share this with everybody. Please, and if you want to listen to it on Spotify and everywhere else, go search for Not So Middle Life Yet. That's where this podcast is at. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.